Ukulele Scramble. Hey.
Ready, Richard?
I'm going to count down. 1, 2, 3, go.
How'd you do?
Looks like
we're good.
We're getting so good at this.
We're exactly in sync, no
right
matter
sync.
that there's a lag anyway.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 12 at 12 with the Ukulele Scramble. I'm Robin.
And I'm Richard, and we are the Ukulele Scramble. It's 12 o'clock noon here in Massachusetts, USA. And if you're somewhere else, good morning, good afternoon, maybe good evening. And
well, we love to know where you are. If you would like to say hello in the comments and let us know where you are, we'd be delighted to know who's here with us live today. And also, if you decide that you have any questions as we go along today, please leave them in the chat and we will try to answer them.
So anyway, it's 12 o'clock, and for the next 12 minutes, 12 at 12, we're going to talk about Robin. Let me tell you about Robin. She is a professional ukulele player, a performer, and a teacher. But Robin did not start her career as a musician. Up until the age of 36, she was a professional dancer. She was in the Joffrey Ballet, the Metropolitan Opera Ballet, and other notable companies. She danced principal roles in many productions. She's toured the country, and she's been on some very, very big stages. So, Robin, let's go back to when you were a child. Why ballet, and how did you get started?
Well, I got started on the very, very small stage of my parents' living room, dancing around to classical music. I really can't remember a time when I didn't want to dance, and when ballet wasn't just everything to me. I don't know how it started. Maybe I saw some on television, but it always was. I just can't remember when it wasn't.
Well, so when you were 8 years old, you started training professionally, or training seriously. And when you were 10, you actually started getting cast in professional productions. You were Carla in the Nutcracker.
Clara,
not Carla. Oh, yes, Clara.
You were close.
I was close. And then you got to be one of the minions of the villain in The Firebird. Now, Stravinsky's music for that ballet is pretty different from the Nutcracker. And for a young teenager, it's not exactly standard fare. So what did you think of that?
Well, I was 11 when I got to be in The Firebird. And, in the ballet classroom and in classical repertoire like the Nutcracker, you're used to counting to 8 over and over and over again. And listening to the music is very important, but you can just count to 8. And, well, not so with Stravinsky. You have to really memorize it. It's not even measures, and it's very percussive and very different, and I just thought it was beautiful. It just changed my idea of what beautiful music could be.
Wow. So at 16, you left school and you went to New York City to study full-time at the Joffrey Ballet School, and you soon were hired as in the apprentice company of the Joffrey Ballet. Now, Robert Joffrey, speaking of interesting repertoire, was kind of renowned for choosing eclectic repertoire. And what was the scene like there at the Joffrey Ballet?
Well, so when I was a teenager, and I was in Joffrey 2, much later I danced in the main company, but when I was still in Joffrey 2, and I was 16, 17, 18, Robert Joffrey was still alive, and I got to train with him, and he was very intelligent and very charismatic. And his approach to putting together a company repertoire was really unique and I think the coolest. Musically, I got to be familiar with more Stravinsky, Satie, to Prokofiev, to the Beach Boys, really no one genre definition of what ballet music was. And that also has just really inspired me and influenced what I think about, what is good music.
Well, later after Joffrey, you danced with you danced with several opera companies, but including the Metropolitan Opera. What was it like at the Met?
Well, the Met I still miss the Met. The Met is giant and fantastic and filled with all different kinds of artists. You've got your scenic artists, you've got the costumers, you've got the singers, you've got the orchestra, you've got the ballet. and more, and it's so giant, and I love being around different kinds of artists. And then if you want to know where the best place to hear an opera is, it is on the stage with the chorus at your back and the orchestra in front of you and all these vibrations zinging through your body as you're dancing. There's nothing like it.
Wow. So you obviously had a lot of exposure to music in all the dance companies you were in, but when you finally retired from dance, you didn't go into something dance related. You didn't become a choreographer or a teacher, and you didn't go into music either. You went to art school. How did you make that decision?
Well, when I retired from dancing for a living, I had to figure out who I was again. And I went to art school, which was something I'd always wanted to do because I love to draw, and I decided to study illustration. Now, I have worked and do work a little bit in illustration, but it really turned into music for me.
And how did that happen? How did you go from illustration to music?
Okay,
That's an
well,
interesting story in
so
Brooklyn,
I had a baby. We were living in Brooklyn. I had a baby, and my baby, who is now 14, was fascinated and enamored of his grandfather's guitar playing. So I bought a cheap ukulele for my son to play with, and I had to tune it. And I got it in tune, and I held it in my arms, and I strummed it, and I just fell in love with the little thing. And I stayed up all night long learning chords. And then I discovered that down the street at the Jalopy Theater and School of Music, they were offering ukulele lessons. Oh. And the teacher was Doug Skinner, who I had seen perform on Broadway. So I went off down to the Jalopy for ukulele lessons, and then I started hanging out there, and I started going to shows, and I started going to shows with my sketchbook and just sitting in the audience and drawing whoever was on stage and listening and watching and just soaking it in.
So you were, I mean, I guess you were, because I think you have a couple of books of sketches done of
That's
very
right.
famous people at the Jalopy, and you were kind of like the house artist there. And I guess, you got to see so many different bands. And I guess at that point, sometime along there, you must have said to yourself, hey, I want to be on the stage too. And
It's true. That's what happened. I realized how much I missed performing. More than anything, I missed performing. So I went on a campaign to work really hard to get good enough at playing the ukulele and good enough at singing that I could go back to performing. Because I love the ukulele so much. And so, I moved to Massachusetts, and I met you, and now we've got this band, the Ukulele Scramble, and I'm just having the time of my life.
That's great. Yeah, we're having a good time making music. So anyway, maybe we should play a little tune.
I really
that the
think
Ukulele
we should.
Scramble has. We did this tune.
Yes, let's play The Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by Harold Arlen. Here it is. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I wanna cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. my list. But when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Nice.
Thank you. That's such a great song. That's
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by Harold Arlen. Harold Arlen also wrote Over the Rainbow, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And we were very influenced by George Harrison's version of that song that he played on a ukulele.
Yeah, it was fun to do that, although we had to do it at home.
Yeah. We'll be able to do it together
Lockdown.
again soon,
Yes,
we hope.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, I also want to just say that we have several recordings out that you can access anywhere you stream music. We'd like to invite you to listen to those, and we have some merchandise in our shop. I put the link in the chat, and ukulele scramble T-shirts.
Oh yes,
and
I have one too.
Hats and mugs and stuff. And it's been so nice to be here with you. 12 at 12 on Monday. We are going to be seeing you in a couple weeks. Well, we'll be playing some solos, right?
That's right. Back in 2 weeks. That's right. And we're almost to the end now. So
yeah,
I probably want to say goodbye. It's the countdown.
I guess we better say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.